When does it get better? I mean, I guess I got admitted to the hospital. Oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. Oh my gosh. And I just found out it's twins. Oh my god, twins? That must be so amazing. Congratulations. What are you feeling? What's going through your mind? I know it's just so much running through my head right now. I don't even know what to think. Just so many questions because I was preparing for one baby and now I'm having twins. It's just so many questions. You must so much must be going through your head right now. I can't even imagine. Hi. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine. I just moved here from Florida to New York City. I have twins, boy girl twins, and I'm 27 years old. When I found out I was pregnant with twins, I had so many questions. I went on Reddit and I searched through all my groups that I joined, and I found a bunch of various questions that I'm going to answer here right now today to help someone else. This is from my experience. Some backstory on me, some credentials. I had my twins at 37 weeks, 3 days. I was admitted to the hospital September 29th because I was going to give birth, I was sick, whatever. And they held me there captive until I was 37 weeks. So it was like 3 weeks. And my twins were born 5 pounds, 11 ounces, and 5 pounds, 8 ounces. And they didn't have to go to NICU. One had to go to NICU, just in there to get warmed up, but he didn't have to get hooked up anything in NICU. And we were able to go home in 2 days. So I had a very, I guess, good experience after the birth. It was nothing traumatizing, but up until the birth, it was a bit much. I'm going to answer, I found 20 different questions. Question one is, how did breastfeeding and pumping go with my twins? It was fine. I knew I wanted to breastfeed when I had them. I knew that was something I wanted to do. So since I was in a hospital before I gave birth, they wouldn't let me pump or anything because I would induce labor, and they already know having babies early. They're keeping them as long as possible. So I couldn't pump before and get that real liquid gold. So as soon as they came out, I tried latching them and stuff like that. I didn't have my pump with me at the hospital because I just wasn't ready. They distracted me from my house too early. And so I didn't have my pump with me, but I tried to latch them, and they latched a little bit. They didn't need that much milk, that's tiny. But they were latching. I also brought my formula of choice with me, but I didn't use that because I didn't want to. I didn't know what my supply was going to be like. So once I found out I had a decent supply, I was like, okay, no formula, just my milk. But they gave me this creamy formula or whatever, just to give them some more extra nutrients. So they were on that for a little bit. But yeah, breastfeeding has been going great. Pumping has been going great. I hate pumping though. A big revelation, I guess, was realizing if I latch both of them all the time for each feeding, I don't have to pump ever. And for me, that was the greatest thing ever because I hated just sitting down and pumping. Trying to find 20 isolated minutes in a day to go sit around and pump was just too much. So I was happy that when I realized I could just latch them all the time. But it was good to pump in the beginning because it meant someone else to feed my baby. Question number 2. Also, how exactly do you pump into your milk? I used formula for my first, and I haven't found any good answers. For me, pumping story, the way I did it was we had these big old 64-ounce mason jars, and at first I was in my head on do I combine milk that I pumped from this different pump session. But for me, what worked was the 64-ounce mason jars. I would just fill those up in a 24-hour period. I would write on them when I started filling it up, first pour in there, and then from 24 hours from then, that will just be that one mason jar, and we will leave that in the fridge for up to 4 days. And then after 4 days it was still there, we would then go and freeze it. So that really worked well for us and my husband because he's a real systematic person, and so that helped him get on the schedule. But that helped the most. I mean, 64 ounce for a full 24 hours. Whatever you pump that 24 hours, just throw it in that jar and then rotate it and keep it going. And that worked the best for me. We kept it 4 days in fridge, and then after that we froze it. We pretty much stayed true to that. And if we didn't get to it in time, we would just use it for other things bath time or moisturizers for their skin. Number 3, do twins often copy each other's schedule, or should I expect to be doing something at all times? yes, they'll, I don't want to say they copy, but you put them on a schedule, kind of like if you're putting one to sleep, you're gonna probably try it. If it doesn't want to sleep, if you're feeding one, you're probably gonna start feeding the other one. So you kind of put them on the same schedule, and they get on it. And I know from us in the beginning, they were like, I would say 10, 15 minutes off of each other, and that really helped me because I like I said, I like to really latch them all the time. So I'll latch one baby, the other baby be like cooing, playing or whatever. Then I'll latch the other one, put that one to sleep, and then they'll be good. Um, I still wouldn't say they're on like on the exact same schedule. I wouldn't say they're on the exact same schedule right now. They're still off like that 10, 15 minutes. But I kind of mind that. That's basically as exact as you're going to get. I mean, they're two different people. But sometimes you do have the days where you basically feel like you're not sleeping, you're not doing anything for yourself because there's always a twin awake and it's hard to find time. But that's like so short. Like it doesn't happen. It doesn't, when it does happen, it's normally like an all oops in the schedule, and they normally get back on track after that, from what I noticed. Number 4, does anyone know of any good baby stores or websites that I can buy supplies and clothes on the cheap? Since I'll need doubles, my wallet is weeping. Yeah, for us, we used, when I found out I was having twins, we were in Florida, and so I relied heavily on Facebook Marketplace. I mean, I found everything that we had to buy. I found on Facebook Marketplace. So I found their recliner on Facebook Marketplace. I found their dresser on Facebook Marketplace. I found various other little baby items. People donated stuff to me, and basically, I just like announced I was having twins, and people just have all this baby stuff to get rid of, like. And so I took it and stuff and whatever, and things worked for me, some things didn't. And as far as like the other like big heavy duty equipment, like the stroller, the car seats, the cribs, people brought our cribs and bassinets, so that was helpful. And people brought our car seats. But I would still also look at Face Marketplace, and if not that Face Marketplace, like we had a Once Upon a Child near us, like any like secondhand like consignment baby store. I'm now in New York, and I look it up, and they have like a baby secondhand like gear store, which I didn't even think to look up. So maybe that's something to consider depending where you're at. And with our stroller, our heavy duty super rubber stroller, we got that from Facebook Marketplace as well. So Facebook Marketplace was my best friend. I know that's national, so I would check there first. And you never know, like babies like go through stuff so quickly. So I'm sure people around you have things that they want to get off their hands or never look at again. And number 5, any good car seats? We'll be cruising at 3 of them in our little hatchback. Oh, I don't have any advice for 3, but the car seats I chose to go with were the convertible car seats, so they like grew with the baby. They're more expensive up front, but I like them because they last up until the baby's like 5, so they turn into like a booster seat and everything like that. We were okay just taking the baby out the car seat and putting them in the stroller, and that was no big deal for us. Number 6, do twins run in your family? How do you handle that question? Fraternal twins runs in people's families, I believe, and they do run in my family. I think it's a trait that skips the generation. So my granddad on my mom's side was a fraternal twin, and no one thought to tell me that until I had twins. But I just tell them straight up, like honestly, I'm like, yeah, it's on my dad's, on my mom's side or whatever. So I just tell them straight up. I would just be honest, whatever. But if you're sick of answering the question, you have every right to just be rude, and it's fine. Number 7, when does it get better? The age-old question. I think it comes in phases. I think it gets better the first time you feel like a significant difference when you get rid of that freaking bassinet. Things get easier. Things are easier for me. I was like, whoa, no bassinet. Another time it got easier was when they started to sit up. That was great. Sitting up was great. That was around like 6 months. And then we reached another phase of easiness. They're mobile now. I think it's easy because they like wear themselves out, and we can take them to the park versus like us just sitting inside all day. Some people may argue it's not easier because they're moving, but I like it. So that's around, they're like 9, 10 months now. They started moving. They got another phase of easiness because we can take them places and do other activities, not just sit in the house looking at each other all day. But I think with twins in general, it gets easier the older they get. The older they get, it just gets easier because they have each other to play with all the time. And we can start doing fun things now. I think like once the twins reach out of the baby stage, I think it gets tremendously easier. Question number 8. I can answer this in the beginning, but what week did you give birth? For me, it was 37 weeks and I think 3 or 4 days. And I'm gonna do like a birth story video. I just have to like figure out how I'm gonna like format it or whatever. But I was admitted to the hospital September 29th, and at that time I was like I had just reached like 31 weeks. So they 30 weeks. They kept me in the hospital for like 3 weeks. And I know when I first got admitted, they administered 2 like steroid shots of different like 24 hours apart, just to develop the baby's lungs. And I know that had to help them because they came out prematurely. But 37 weeks, 3 days was when I gave birth, and it was an emergency C-section. More to that later when I tell my birth story. What would you recommend packing your hospital bag for yourself? This is a touchy topic for me because I was admitted to the hospital. I had nothing. What I was planning on packing, now having given birth, like it's like you always have like 2020, like hindsight's always 2020 or whatever. I had like a birth gown packed for myself because I thought it would be easier for me and the doctors. You know, it's easier for the doctors using something they've been using for the past 20 years of their career. That's what's easy for the doctors. So I had a birth gown packed, and like that's so unnecessary. Like you don't care. I was like naked on the table most of the time. You just don't care what you look like. And so I had a birth gown packed. When we do the hospital tour, like the nice like maternity nurses was like, bring things to create a good atmosphere for yourself. So I brought like the sound machine that we had never used. I brought socks, which was helpful, especially being admitted to the hospital because like they give you the socks, but it just didn't stay on my feet. So socks actually was helpful. I would bring socks. Outside of that, for yourself, just anything that makes you comfortable, like socks, maybe like just some travel face wash and stuff, because they give you stuff, but it's not like anything like your hospital might give you more, but mine didn't give me anything like personal besides like a thing of soap. And the soap smelled good, whatever. So I was bringing like hygiene stuff to like clean yourself up, make you feel normal again. Socks, hygiene stuff. They give you like these underwear to bring, but maybe if you wanna like, I didn't feel it was necessary because you're kind of a mess down there. So maybe just bring underwear just to like have them, but they give you like these like disposable panties that are good. Maybe a blanket. The hospital blankets are like nothing. So a blanket, socks, and hygiene stuff is what I would recommend bringing for yourself. Number 10, did you use an abdominal binder after birth, and would you suggest buying your own or asking the hospital for one? Yeah, I should have used an abdominal binder, especially considering I got a C-section. But the one I had didn't fit my hips right, and I hated that, so I didn't want to use it. And it felt like overstimulating because it was like squeezing here, and I'm like breastfeeding 2 babies. I was just like, I don't want to be touched. So I stopped wearing it way too early. And you shouldn't do that. Don't do what I did. I should have spent more time looking into like a good abdominal binder probably before I gave birth and finding ones that fit me. Well, you can't really try it on because you're still pregnant. But I probably should have looked more into that. But the first one I brought didn't fit me well, and I just gave up on it. So don't do that. I do recommend wearing an abdominal binder up until like your 6-week appointment. It's a long time. So another thing, I didn't want to wear it that long. It's a long time. And if your hospital provides you one and like it fits you well, I still get it. It's free. Well, not free. You're paying like $1 million for it, but it's free as far as you know. Number 11, have you ever used the Willow pump, and what were your thoughts on it? I actually do have. I have and use the Willow Go pump right now, and I kind of hate it. It was really expensive. I think it was like $300, and it's just not. I don't think I could get enough milk out of me. And I said that in the beginning. I sent like a message to customer service, and they were like, "Oh, that's what your nipples have to get adjusted to the new pump." I was like, "Okay, that makes sense." That was probably 6 months ago. It's doing a job good enough, and I'm so close to not breastfeeding anymore. So I feel like it's not like I shouldn't go out and buy a new one. I'm making it work. It is what it is. What I really don't like about it, like functionality wise is I used to be able to like walk around my other pumps and like get like small things done while keeping my chest up. With the Willow Go pumps, like if I walk around, the milk splashes so much, and they have like a splash guard there, but like it's just you hear it, you're like you just feel like you're losing milk, and so I kind of hate that a lot. You haven't have to like put it on and like sit still, which kind of defeats the purpose of a wearable pump. So take with that what you will. I've tried the Mom Cozy pump and the UC pumps, like the heated ones. The heated ones I found were like too heavy to like really latch onto my boob. The Mom Cozy were like my best experience. It was just like I thought I wanted more, but I should have just stuck with those. I had 3 Mom Cozy pumps. I had the Mom Cozy like I'll just put them on the screen here because I forget what they're called now. I don't love the Willow pump. I think it's too expensive for what it is. When did you start feeling movement? Aww. I remember I was waiting so long for this. Like everyone was saying, like at 20 weeks you start feeling movement. And I think I was just like putting it in my head. But the first time I remember feeling true movement was around my baby shower. I was like 26 weeks pregnant. So a little bit later, honestly. Like people like if you have an anterior or posterior placenta or whatever, you'll like if you have an anterior one, you'll feel it more because your placenta is like in the front of you versus like the posterior of placenta is in the back of you. I don't know how true all that is. It's just people obviously want to feel your baby moving and kicking. So for me, it was like a little bit later, I think around 25 weeks. That's right. Number 13, when getting comments that I will be miserable, is that true? I'm pretty active. I hate hearing this. Like, if you have, it was really the sentiment, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. And people tell me, like, it'll mostly be the men. Men need to, like, literally be silent when it comes to, like, pregnancy. Actually, I like to hear the insight. It's kind of funny. But, like, the men would be like, oh, my sister was pregnant with twins and she was, like, basically bedridden. I was like, oh, really? Really? I hated hearing that. For me, I mean, I guess I got admitted to the hospital. But I was pretty active as well. But I wouldn't say I was bedridden. Even in the hospital, they wanted me to be bedridden, but I would use my walking time. I would walk around the hospital floor all the time. They hated to see that. Mostly because I had preeclampsia and they didn't want me to raise my blood pressure, yada, yada, yada. But I felt like after taking my anatomy classes, like some movement, even a little bit, is better than any no movement at all. I was pretty active, and I would not say at one point was I bedridden. Like I never spent like 24 hours in the bed, none of that. I try to stay pretty active because, like I said, I feel like some movement is better than no movement. I was not bedridden. I was admitted to hospitals. Take that what you will, but that was for a different reason. Oh, and up until I got admitted to the hospital, I was working out. I was going to the gym. I was doing what I could. Number 14. When did your stomach stop looking pregnant? When stomach, I wouldn't say it looks pregnant. I don't look like I have anything in it, but like it's like remnants of pregnancy is here. You know, like obviously, she was pregnant before, and but like when it's still like flattened out, I would say I don't know, it kind of happened before my eyes. Like I wasn't really. I just had to raise these 2 helpless little babies, so I don't even know when that happened. I would say by the time I had my 6-week checkup, I was pretty much like I didn't have like a pooch anymore. Number 15, what double stroller do you love? I love my Bugaboo Donkey. It's perfect. I love it. It's expensive and yeah, I love it. I want to do like a whole separate video on the stroller debacle because strollers are coming out all the time. I would love to review them. That'd be so fun to me. But I'm not trying to buy them myself. I love the Bugaboo Donkey because what I wanted bassinets. I wanted the babies to be able to face me, but also face away from me, but also face each other. I wanted to be able to fit through doors. I wanted to be easy, like one-handed push. That's also another big thing that people sleep on the Bugaboo for, because you can truly push it with one hand and like maneuver it, and like it's very like mobile and whatever. And, like you can get yourself out of like pretty tight situations. The engineering of Bugaboo is great. You can buy like parts and pieces and yada yada yada. Like you can buy just the frame from the marketplace and then put the rest of the stroller together brand new if you wanted to. It's great. I love that feature because if you break like our front wheel broke the other day and we just ordered a new one. It was great. It was expensive, but it was great. It was a good option to have. Great, and it holds up really well. It's very durable. So I love my Bugaboo donkey. Number 16. When do you start picking them up at the same time? I did it when they were little like that. I had them at the same time. I still pick them up, but not at the same time. Pick like one up and I get the other one. Pick them up. Like I'll literally pick one up and have them right here, and I'll get my hands like this while having the other one right here, and get the other one. And it works for me. But I weightlifted before this, so it's not like a true like trouble for me. Like, I don't mind doing it. Yeah, I would probably scientifically wait till they have better head control, because you probably can't control both of their heads when they're like that. But you can like cradle both of them. Number 17, should I look for an OBGYN who specializes in twins? Yes. I feel like most OBGYNs have given birth to twins. For me, I would, instead of like twin specific OBGYNs, I would look for a high risk OBGYNs. So I might find like a better search for you, because probably more than like most twin pregnancies are high risk if they're like in the same sac. Mine were not high risk because they were in 2 different sacs. So it wasn't high risk until I got admitted to hospital. Then became high risk. But if you search OBGYNs high risk, most of them have like had the twin births and stuff like that. For me, my priority was finding a Black OBGYN, and she just so happened to have like, she specialized in like VBACs. So like she had a C-section the first time and you want to give a vaginal birth, she specialized in doing that. And I like that she did pelvic floor therapy. I had experience with twins, and my main thing with her though was she was Black, and she was fighting and advocating for you to have like a vaginal birth. I unfortunately couldn't, because my twins had to come out in an immediate hurry. Up until I like literally the day they were born, like it was like we were preparing for a vaginal birth. So I really like that, because I wanted to have a vaginal birth. Number 18, when did you decide to have a doula? I considered having a doula around like 3-4 months. Sometimes I wanted to talk to about it. But then I started thinking more about it. I was like, how? Like, I didn't want to pay for it. And I think you get some, depending on your insurance, you could get one for free, I guess. But I didn't want to pay for it, and I felt weird, like having this person I'm relying like to help me through this like very intimate time who I barely even know, who I just met because I got pregnant. It just felt weird to me. I don't know. I didn't really like the sentiment of that. So instead of having my like specialized doula, I just like trained my husband up into like everything I wanted. I felt more comfortable telling him what I wanted, having him do it, than I felt like hiring a stranger basically. Number 19, what do appointments look like? When do they start to be every 2 weeks? Appointments are very chill, honestly. Like I know like at my first appointment, I was 8 weeks pregnant. They did sonogram to confirm pregnancy, and then we just talked about like having twins, and yada yada yada. And then after that, they were measuring my belly, just checking my blood pressure, seeing how I'm feeling, do I want to kill myself, things like that. So it was very standard, and I think it became every 2 weeks around. They had like a schedule for me, but I think it became every 2 weeks. Definitely later on, obviously. I think at the beginning of the 3rd trimester, because that's when like a lot of growth happens. So they like measuring your belly a lot. They want to check on you, especially if you have twins. They're like constantly checking to see how you are. They checked to see if I was dilated towards like the end of that, the beginning middle of my 3rd trimester, and I'm like, oh, they're ready to come. Like, oh my god, they're here. No, I was never dilated. Great. I was dilated once I was in hospital, which was cool. So I'm like, oh my god, my body wanted to have a vaginal birth. Last question. Did you have to supplement formula? Yes. But it was until later, and it was only because my daughter stopped latching because we went on vacation for a while, for like a week, and I came back and she wasn't latching anymore, and I had to supplement formula during that week, because I couldn't pump as much as I needed to send her with my mom. So we gave her formula for that week to feed the babies, and she doesn't latch anymore. Great. And so my Willow Go pump doesn't pump as much milk as I can produce, and I just need my baby to latch on me. So with her not latching, I have to pump and I have to rely on formula, because I just not getting enough, because I need my baby to latch. So yeah, we had a supplement formula. We did the Bobby or Booby formula, and they took well to it. It was like no extreme differences besides like the poops and stuff. It's like artificial, it's not real milk. It's not like my milk, but they've taken well to it, and they're supposed to be breastfeed all the way up until 8 months. So I'm happy with it. Yeah, those are the main questions I could find that people were asking about, things that I felt like I could answer. Thank you for watching. I love being a twin mom. It's fun.